I didn't know. I thought Kristen was not live, and then she blinked.
All right, I'm just gonna make our video the biggest.
You want to see them.
This is a dream team.
Make them big, you know. All right, you guys, this is our final Zoom, and I'm like so ecstatic and so thankful and grateful for all of you. I know it has not been the smoothest ride getting to this point, but I think we're almost there. So what I really want to do is spend some time getting you up to speed on everything that's going on, where everything is, even though I've probably sent you guys like a million links by now. But I want to take some time just to make sure that you're super crystal clear on everything. And of course, give you guys time to ask questions yourselves and just make sure you guys are super set before you start traveling. So before we dive into that, I wanted to turn some time over to our queen of events, who's kind of heading this entire event up from an event perspective, to kind of go over some logistics, because I know you guys had a couple of questions in regards to that. So Hannah, do you want to take it over?
Yeah, so you will be getting an email either later today or tomorrow with anything and everything you could think of for your event. It'll have your contacts, just in case you need them. It'll have times for everything, anything and everything you can think of. It'll have your rooming if you've got a room. It'll have your room confirmation. I know Amy sent out for most of you, sent that to you, but I'm going to send it again just to be safe. But we are getting those done today, hopefully.
Hold on,
completely done.
Give it a thumbs up.
Some people are saying they can't hear. Can you guys hear us?
Okay.
She can't hear us. You have bad internet. Sorry.
Angie can.
Angie, did you pay your internet bill?
Can you give me that little? It's going in and out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can y'all hear me? I'm doing okay. All right. Well,
and we're dialed in, so it should be okay.
So you will receive all the information for your specific event either later today or tomorrow morning. My whole team's helping me on those to get those done. But if there's anything specific or strange that you want to ask about, if you've got something right now, I'd be happy to try and start answering. But otherwise, tomorrow really is when you'll know better what you're doing. And
can we? There's a couple of things, and maybe I'll tip it off. Yeah. I know questions that they'll ask. Trip directors. I know we covered that a little bit, but every location will have trip directors.
Yes.
You just want to kind of go over, even though we've done some of that, just what they will be on site helping with and what.
I mean, they're me. They're going to be there in place of me. I can't be at every location, obviously. So these are meeting planners that, this is what they do on a normal basis. So they are going to be in charge of getting everything set up. They're there a couple days early. They're getting things set up for you. They're talking to the AV company, the hotel. And if you guys need anything, they're expected to help you guys out as well. But they're pretty amazing. Several of them, well, the majority of them have done this more than one time for Super Saturday specific. So they're really, really good at what they do.
Yeah, and for you hosts, I know a few of you are like, the volunteers, like, how do I do the op meeting and then, still make sure everything's set up? I don't want you guys to stress about that because your trip directors are there to ensure that. So they are coming in a date, I think Thursday.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that, your boxes are all located and everything is where it's at so that you guys can focus on what you're doing best. So yeah, kind of want to quickly go over that.
They'll set up the banners. Obviously, they can use some help, I'm sure, on some of them. But yeah, they should be able to get everything mostly set up. And if you're okay with it, they'd be happy to utilize your volunteers too if they need to. And yeah.
So any questions when you're thinking logistics? I know Hannah's going to send out a city-specific document to every location, but just before we get off the call, I just want to, if anyone has any hot questions in regards to, what you do when you're there, meeting space, rehearsals, that kind of thing, I just want to make sure that those are all addressed today. No questions? All right.
Did anyone ask any questions of me?
I'm looking at it. Not yet.
Cool. Okay. Awesome.
Well, then we'll just make sure that all of you guys have that.
Yep. And if you think of anything after you get your emails with all your information, feel free to email us back and we'll get back to you right away just to make sure. We want to make sure you guys are comfortable with it too before you get there, obviously. So yeah, we'll be in touch with you.
And you guys will have all of our cell numbers too. So like, don't think you're bothering to text or call if there's something going on that you need an answer to.
I do great with text. That's always good.
All right, well then Hannah will let you kind of leave, and if there's any last minute questions that you guys think of, I'll jot down for Hannah. But I wanted to take some time. We have Genevieve and Jesse in here, the dream team. So I wanted to take some time to go over kind of ops meeting and then go through the show flow from top to bottom in regards to what's going to be announced during the live stream portion, even though I know we've kind of touched on that already, just reiterating. That way you guys feel super comfortable knowing that, you know, sharing system and fast start, fresh start, all of that has really been set up for you in that first hour. So when you guys come on stage, it would have, basically they're already setting the tone so that you can just deliver training. So let's dive into op meeting first. I'm going to share my screen for a second. Come on, technology, be on my side. Sorry guys, give me just 1 second. Just gonna download this version. If you guys want to sing and dance while I'm downloading them, and you're welcome to. All right, there we go. Okay, so this document is something that I uploaded into all of your files last night, yesterday actually, because I sent you guys all the links to it. And this is really going to be the easiest way to follow kind of opportunity meeting. You can see that it's landscape view, so it gives you kind of the widest format, and it also gives you the slide plus your entire script. I also want to ease your mind to let you know that the script that you're seeing here, I'm just going to scroll a little bit, that's going to be on your down monitor. So you guys don't have to worry about jotting all this down or writing it in your books. This will actually literally be a copy and paste. So the two monitors that you have in front of you, in front of the stage really, are going to show that slide, and then it's going to show these points that you're seeing right here on the screen. So I just kind of wanted to reference that just to kind of ease your minds a little bit. But I wanted to turn some time over to Genevieve because I know you've worked with the training team and a lot of diamonds to kind of create this awesome presentation. Anything that you want to relate kind of to?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for your patience in getting this to you. I just want to apologize firsthand for it being delayed, and I know that can be stressful for some of you. We didn't intentionally try to stress you out. We just had we want to make sure everybody here and everybody who needs to see it gets a chance to look at it, and it just delayed the process. So please accept my apologies. Second, I want to let you know, you guys are all very experienced messengers of Plexus. Please don't feel like, oh my gosh, if I don't get this script right, like this is going to go very badly. The script is there for people to kind of stay on course in terms of like not talking a lot to each slide. So it's designed to be very storytelling, right? So unlike some presentations where like the slide might be up there for 3 to 5 minutes while you're talking, some of these slides you are literally, it's like, bam, it was there and click, I am now on the next slide. So it's designed to really aid your storytelling. So anything that you can do to make this very casual and to make it more about like, hey, I just want to share some stuff with you, and here's some slides so that you have something pretty to look at while I'm talking through this, is absolutely, absolutely the way it's designed to be used. We want your story, we want your voice to come through, so be authentic. If you read through some of the slides, you'll notice that if you actually just read like the first sentence in each of the paragraphs, you would know pretty much what the rest of the paragraph is designed to say. So if you were like, I can't memorize this whole thing, which we don't expect you to, and you don't want to read it, then absolutely positively just go through this like, you're going to get to a point where you're going to just see the slide and know exactly what we're trying to take, the journey we're trying to take. So I just want to release you from feeling like there's some perfect way to do this. You guys are all professionals. This script is really designed for people after Super Saturday who will need more help in what should I say. The one thing for sure is that we want it to be fun. We just want people to just be like, you know, hey. So for example, I'd be like, you know, on slide 12. It's really, honestly and truly about introducing this conversation that this is all personal. It's all about what you see. So of course being healthy plays a major role in your overall happiness, but it's only really one part, because happiness is really personal, isn't it? Like, how many of you think happiness is personal? And health and happiness are super intertwined, right? So, you know, the question isn't, you know, what we want, it's what do you want? What do you want for your job, your finances? What about your faith, right? So that's like long. You don't have to say all of that. It's just there to design to help you, like, this is the tone of this slide. And then we really want to get them to get to a point where they're like making it personal. So one of the things that you'll see is we want to take them on a journey where they're actually evaluating for themselves, like, how happy am I? How good do I actually feel in my own skin? And then what we're also trying to do is set up this notion that it's not just about you, it's about the people you care about, right? So you'll notice this, so the one theme that I do want to encourage you to stick with is this theme that, like, it's not just about you. Think about the other people you know and love. Think about other people that you know that don't feel great in their skin or aren't super excited about their lives. Because as we talk about Me+3, we kind of already want them to know, I actually have already thought about 2 or 3 people that I could be sharing this with, or who I want to take this journey with as well. So that's just kind of the overarching conversation. Lastly, so when it comes to the opportunity slide, I want to explain to you a few things. The first thing is, as a company, we can't make income claims. So we can't say, you could make $1,000 a week, or you can make $1 million a month. We can't say that. But guess what? If you are willing to share your own personal income, you actually can, as long as the disclaimer is up on the slide. Now, the way you see this is there's a note on that, I think we took it out. Did we take it out?
I think we did.
Okay. Yeah. So when it comes to the slide about, like, hey, you can make a little, you can make a lot, you are totally allowed to say, hey, if you're in this room and you saved enough money to make a car payment, would you please stand up? You can do that, right? You can say, hey, if you're in this room and you've taken your family on vacation with your Plexus money, would you stand up? You can do that, right? So you can even do don't be crazy. Like, hey, if you've earned a Learjet from Plexus, please, we don't want it to be too out there.
That's just Danielle, though.
Hey.
But you're allowed, I just want to let you know, you are allowed to do that. Now, clearly, you might want to have some conversation with the folks in your audience to make sure that you have people standing up at those particular times. But I want to let you know, as long as the disclaimer is up on the screen, you are allowed to do that.
I see that going forward.
If you've bought an island or a small country, please stand up, right? So you're allowed to do that. Okay, so any questions, comments, concerns, or snide remarks? Oh, also, could we debrief? I would love to debrief after Super Saturday. So please take note, like, what worked, what didn't work during the opportunity.
We are now unmuted. Any
Wow.
questions on anything
At
else?
what point did we get lost?
Just barely.
Just right now when I
It was when they
unmuted everything.
heard the kids.
Yeah. Any questions? You guys can unmute yourself too if you have questions. Just press your space bar, I believe.
Oh, yeah. We'd like to debrief after Super Saturday so that we can come together as a group and just share what worked, what didn't work. We want to make sure that as this gets rolled out, we have really good insight for everyone else.
Yeah, because the foundation of this will actually end up becoming our op tour as well. So we want to make sure this is super solid and get your guys' feedback. All right, well, if there's no questions, we'll move on.
Questions, comments, concerns?
Let me just
side
check
remarks?
the chat really
Anyone?
quick.
Side remarks?
Going once, going twice.
What is the product?
Say that again.
What is the video for the product? Did we pass it?
So we are actually going to show you guys the videos today. That is the one video that is still kind of being tweaked right now. That will likely be available later on today, early tomorrow.
Is it
So it's a brand new video.
for Canada?
Danielle, can you hear me? We've been trying to unmute here. It's Darla. Can you just take a look at the text I just sent you, please?
Oh,
Yeah, we are planning to continue to promote the opportunity meeting. We completely agree. So we will be looking at sending additional emails on that. Perfect. Okay.
yeah, just Canada. Canada, of course, will have a couple of tweaks to it, just to make sure it's Canada compliant. So those of you that are speaking in Canada will make sure that that PowerPoint and everything is synced up with all the Canada edits in there. So Darla, does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that the 4 people that are on the call today are understanding that what they're seeing right now is actually U.S. content and U.S. As far as scripting and also to the pictures. Some of them are going to have been changed and approved already. So I just didn't want them to be confused on that. That's all.
When they see final. Yep, that's a good call, Darla, because yes, this is U.S. opportunity meeting. All right, so let's move on. We'll save some time at the end too. So if you think of something, definitely jot it down and we'll have some time at the end to go over questions. But I really quickly wanted to go through show flow from top to bottom, just to give you guys an idea. I know we did this on our one-off calls, but just so you know what's happening in the live stream too, so you can kind of piece it all together. So we'll go quickly through this, and this is kind of an Arizona outline that you're seeing here. But essentially, you know, you have a timing document in your Dropbox too. It's a spreadsheet that shows, you know, when your op registration starts, when your op meeting starts, Super Saturday registration, all that fun stuff. But this is, of course, Mountain Time. So when everyone the live stream cuts on in Arizona, you guys will have done your pre-live stream kind of bit with your host. But Cheryl and Jeannie will be kind of welcoming everyone. Jesse will do I guess, plexus on the street. I was going to say man on the street, but it's plexus on the street. And then our host locally in Arizona will lead you guys in a countdown. So you'll see on the screen kind of that countdown timer. And then from there, we kind of go straight into it with our first live stream. So we have, you know, Alec and Charles coming out to do an address. So this is where they were kind of share some information about, you know, our Australia launch as well as our Hispanic launch, because that day actually marks the day that we are officially, you know, geared up for our Hispanic Open. And I know I'm switching gears, but Adriana, is there anything that you want to add in regards to the Hispanic launch?
Absolutely. Thanks, Danielle.
Yeah.
We're really excited with the Hispanic launch. Thank you, Genevieve and Jesse, who have also helped in this piece as well with the duplicatable systems and then the coaching perspective as well. We're really excited. We're having a Super Saturday. It's going to be completely in Spanish except for 15 minutes that we'll have Alec and Taro live streaming from Scottsdale. Everything will be duplicated into Spanish, so you guys will be able, those of you that are present there will be able to help us out. We have Erica Valderrama and then Bibi Shadag. I'm not sure if they're on the line, and Sheila, who will be there with us. So it's a little bit of adjusting. The difference is that you'll see, again, not just the Spanish, but we have a cocktail hour instead of opportunity meeting at the beginning, because we've already hosted opportunity meetings in that area. So we're starting off with a cocktail hour. It's going to be fun. And then we'll go right into the live stream and the complete training in Spanish. And we are having a small recognition piece for about 10 minutes, just to make it very exciting for everyone. And then adjusting and explaining to everyone what Plexus is. I know that every one of you guys here have been great ambassadors of Plexus and have been with Plexus for a while, but for us it's completely new. So I know that the market wants to know who Plexus is, what they are, how long they've been around in the industry, and what we've done, right? So we're gonna be sharing that health and happiness with everyone. Thanks, Danielle.
Yeah, thank you. And I think that'll be fun. So we'll kind of recognize that. There'll be, if you guys remember last year when we announced Canada, there was like a little bit of a light show going on. So we'll have that for the Hispanic launch as well. And then really Jessica and Emily will come up, since they're our Arizona trainers, and share their excitement for everyone that's attending Super Saturday that day and what they're going to learn. And then these are the pieces that I'm going to kind of toss to Genevieve and Jesse. But Genevieve is going to do a heavy lift on this new sharing system. So the Send, Share, and Invite, kind of those opportunity tools. I know you're going to weave a little bit of my story in there and a little bit of Slim Down. But I want you guys to feel super comfortable that she's really, really going to set the tone. Genevieve, before I move on, is there anything you want to mention regarding your piece? Anything you want the team to know or clarify on?
Yeah, you know what, I think there's things that I want to make sure that you guys understand as the reason behind this system is that what we know for sure is that people tend to pick up on cues, and people tend to do things sometimes and they're very successful at it, but they're not really sure why they're successful at it. And we actually call that state being unconsciously competent. And we have a lot of that within Plexus. We have a lot of people that helped grow this company to the size that it's at, who are just really good at what they do. But many people just aren't really sure what those subconscious things are that they're doing that create success for them. So there's a lot of studies out there that indicate that processes help create similarities across the board, and that processes grow businesses, actually even more than goals do. So goals set a direction, but processes go way past the goal being achieved. So it's really interesting when we talk to people in the field. One of the things we heard a lot was like, hey, I can get people to silver, but then they don't stick. Or we get people to a particular rank and then they don't stay. And one of the things that we want to ensure is that there's actually a process that's being followed so that people never really feel like they've arrived at a destination and then they drop the process. I hope that makes sense. So the real value of the system isn't to constrict people. It isn't to tell people this is exactly how you have to do your business. It's to help people adopt a process that when they follow it over time creates results. And that's really the strength of having a system. It eliminates people's personalities being a factor. It eliminates this notion that like, oh, you can do it, but I can't because you're really good at this, or you're a great speaker, or it just seems to come so naturally for you. And so we're very, very excited about this opportunity to like set this down as the track to run on, and then to help people understand like this is where different pieces of the company's programming really, really fits in. So for example, one of the things that we're going to talk about is the fact that Slim Down is announced, right? And a lot of times people are like, well, what do I do with Slim Down? And it's like, well, Slim Down falls under invite. Everybody in your pipeline should be invited to participate in Slim Down so that they get an experience beyond which can be explained by the average person. So we really are trying to make sure that everything that we do here falls somewhere in the system moving forward so that it becomes clear, like, oh, we announced this thing, Slim Down, what do I do with it? Well, it's the next touch point for everybody in your process. Everyone should get an invitation to Slim Down. The people who are thinking about doing the business should get an invitation to bring 3 friends in with them, right? And so what we want to have happen, and we believe will happen when we layer in the Me+3 and the Fast Start and the Fresh Start, is that the process brings people to their rank without actually saying, hey, get to this rank, do these specific things to get to this rank. We say, follow this process, you'll arrive at this rank, and when you keep following that process, the people behind you will have the same impact, and then the people moving forward will, so it's actually what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a rank advancement machine. We're really trying to start the rank advancement engine, and I do want to be clear, it will be a process. So I hope, I have said this a million times here, this is not the silver bullet. It's not like, oh my gosh, we're all going to start this thing and tomorrow everything is different. It's a process, and processes take time, and processes compound over time. And so anything you can do to help people understand, like, this is not a silver bullet. It is a train we're all getting on, and when we get on this train together, we will all arrive at that destination. So I just want to ensure that that's true for everybody. And then I want to answer any questions you have, because we did pilot it with a small group of people. And the one thing that I will say for sure is that all the ladies, you have your jobs cut out for you after Super Saturday, helping people unlearn some really kind of funny behaviors. So I want to let you know, we got to like link arms and be like, we will overcome. We will get people on the right path, but that people's habits are so ingrained, even though we go like, hey, don't do a lot of explaining, send a video. They'll be like, oh my gosh, they're so interested. And then their brain kicks in and they're like, I'm just going to send the same long text that I sent before. And it's like, no, don't send a video. I also want to ensure, sorry.
No, this is perfect because I was going to go out of order now.
Okay.
I
also want to tell you guys that this is a sales process. It is a sales process. So what happens a lot of times is we have people that are so excited about Plexus, and who shouldn't be excited about Plexus? But what they're doing is they're going in too hot, right? It's like they're coming in hot, and the person feels blindsided by the explanation. They weren't open to receiving information, and that's just not how the brain works. The way the brain works is it has to actually be in a mode where it's open to receiving information. So when we look at these videos, the one thing I want you to know is that there is no one perfect video. And there's not even one perfect video for every person. The videos are designed to help someone take a deep breath, to feel like they're not being sold to, and then to ask questions. So when the brain starts to ask questions like, well, how is that done? Or how does this apply to me? Or what does this mean? Then what happens is it's like it's looking for answers. That's the way the brain works. I'm now in a mode where I'm looking for answers. So I want you guys to feel confident that this wasn't just thrown together and it's not just some arbitrary thing. We've got a little science behind this. This is a process that many of you are using already. When we roll it out to people, a lot of times they say, oh, this is what we used to do. This is exactly what we used to do. But then we stopped doing this, right? Or we did this in this order. And it's like, this is all y'all. This is what, this is really what we believe is happening. So we just want you to know, and we want to give you time to ask questions so that you feel like you can actually master the system. And that's what we really want people to do, is we want them to master the system. When they feel like there's mastery over the system, their confidence goes up. When they feel like there's mastery over the system, then they're going to be excited to do it and invite other people into it, because they're like, hey, I don't really know how this works or why it works. I just know that it works. And that's actually a really good thing. So I wanted to spend some time answering any questions in particular that you have about this so that you can feel really good about presenting it. And I'm sorry, but I just wanted you to have that background. So I'm sorry that I let
It was more than perfect.
I'm really passionate about it. I'm like, this will actually work, I promise. But
And to your point, Genevieve, many of you had even mentioned to myself how similar this is and what you're already using. But the best part of this tool, once you have the system in play, is when you go to coach your leaders, you're now going to understand what they're missing, what they're not doing. It's not going to be a guessing game. It's not going to be explain your day. You're going to have a basic system if you implement it. And that's the key thing we talked about. This will work if you implement it. And most of you have done it before, or you're already doing it, but as a team and organization, you're not doing it. So how do I get my brand new person into it? And that's the goal, right? This is designed for your level 5 that maybe you don't have that direct contact with. They now have a system that's the same for everybody. And then as you're coaching, you can say, well, are you doing this? Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, well, that's where we start. Oh, did you miss this? Yep, I missed that. Okay, that's where we start. It just gives you a roadmap for your team and a direction to go. But I promise you, we've talked about this so many times, it won't work if we all aren't bought into it.
And the one last thing I want to put a pitch in for, I'm going to give you permission, unless Danielle hits me over the
No,
head.
it's all you.
I'm going to give you permission to tell people that you know what's coming down the pike here at Super Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to get more people to Super Saturday, my friends. Like, seriously, it's like, if people miss this, then they're going to get the information second and third hand. So anything that you can do within your social circles to really let other leaders know, like, hey, I can't, like, reveal the whole thing to you, but I'm just telling you, you absolutely positively want as many of your team there as possible. Yes, or at least on the stream. So thank you for that, because I'm just telling you, it's going to be, I really think this may be one of those things that people are like, oh, shoot, I should have watched it. And if they're not watching it live, they won't be a part of the conversations afterward, and everybody knows that, like, the social proof is so important, and people watching live or attending a live event will definitely have a different experience. The energy will be contagious. It is just, so I think I'm just giving you permission to be like, hey, just saying, get to Super Saturday.
And the point you guys are making about live stream is there may be some who don't attend because of live stream, but I can tell you, get them to something, because we're not even seeing the live stream as a big of an option as we've seen in the past. So I don't care what they're at, but have them be there listening and involved. If they're at a game or they're on vacation or whatever, if they're not watching it, they're not serious about 2019 business, because this literally, we looked at past Super Saturdays, the amount that we're offering at the Slim Super Saturday, in my opinion, is the biggest and best that we've ever done. So it's just, I mean, would you guys agree?
I agree. Yeah,
Yep.
100%. It's the training is incredible. That's for sure. So anyway, I just want to let you know, I just want you to feel empowered that this is something that you're going to be able to master. And I do want to answer any specific questions about the system.
Yeah, let's open it up. Why don't we open
Can I make a comment, please? I just want to share, and you guys can use this, and please Marge, don't kill me for saying this, but Marge Martins, who's on this call, typically will drive anywhere from 12 to 18 hours to come to an opportunity event like Super Saturday. So if she can come in winter time in Canada on the road, there is no reason why we can't have people coming from all over the place to the event that are within 2 to 3 hours driving time. So kudos to Marge Martins, but I know that there's tons of people that are going to come from British Columbia to Edmonton, and it's a 12 to 14-hour drive. So if they want it, they can get there. Just encourage them and tell them it's going to be worth it. Help plan some additional parties. Just saying.
Love it. Any other questions? All right. We have a special guest Why don't we stop this share so we're going to let you address the group.
Oh, I get to address the group?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love all you guys. What a great opportunity we have to kick off another year at Super Saturday. thank you. I just want to say thank you from Carl and I for all of your hard work and efforts and just your sacrifice to move Super Saturday forward. As you know, Carl and I have never gone to Super Saturday away from Scottsdale, and that's for a reason, because you guys are our superstars. You are our presenters, you are trainers, and the field really looks up to each one of you. So thank you so much for all that you're doing, and we feel it's going to be a fantastic year. We think Danielle and Jim Viv and everyone else has worked from our side on Super Saturday and has partnered with each one of you, and we think it's going to be a wonderful event. Don't you guys think?
Oh, agreed.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a wonderful event, and all I can say is thank you, and we're so excited for the partnership as always, and look forward to a fantastic 2019 with each one of you. So, yeah.
Hats off to you guys.
Hey.
Thank you. All right, so we were just finishing going through the show flow. We just went through a sharing system, so now we're going to hit fast start. So I'm going to share my screen one more time.
Great. Do they know about the new addition we made?
The
The catch-up club.
The catch-up clause?
Yeah. I'm not sure that they all.
No,
Okay, good.
We should go over it.
we should, yeah, we're going to go through fast start next.
I don't want to mess up the agenda, so sorry.
We like.
I'm going to excuse myself.
Okay.
But thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, everybody. Look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Cool.
Thanks,
Okay,
Alex.
All right, so questions on sharing system, we can come back at the close of the call too, because I think we had a little homework, maybe some post-event training even.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
can talk about that too at the end. Do you want to save it for then?
We can just say now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So one of the things that we're going to do to ensure that everybody feels confident that they can master the system is after Super Saturday, the Monday and Tuesday after Super Saturday, we will have a cascading webinar or Zoom meeting for Diamonds First on Monday. And then we will do a Jewel meeting on Tuesday. We're going to do 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, for people to get on and to ask any questions that they have about the system. And we would love it if anybody would like to volunteer to help lead those calls. So if you're not completely exhausted by Monday, and you feel like you have a really good sense of how this works, we would please reach out to Danielle, because we would love to have you actually host those calls, but we will be on as kind of process explainers to help explain it. But we absolutely want to ensure that it sticks moving forward, and we know that that starts with people having confidence and understanding the whole thing. How do we like that idea? Question about that.
Man, you guys are
Love
quite a
it.
group. Love
So
it.
the other.
We got one love it.
Yeah.
Love it. There's a lot of people on. Hate it. Thumbs up.
Love the
thumbs
idea.
down. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, and I think you guys, sorry,
No,
Josie.
you're good. Go.
I was going to say, I think the missing link to a lot of these things and events we've done is the follow-up after events. So we want to really, really keep this thing in front of people and keep it going. So this training could turn into, the next 3 months leading up to convention or to our up tours. So we want to make sure we hit this hard.
Okay, great.
And the amazing, we talked about this yesterday and why we think this will be so impactful coming on Monday and then with the jewels, is it's also, everyone's excited at Super Saturday. Everyone's saying, I'm in. But Monday, you're home, you're by yourself, it's now time to go. So it also can be for, all the diamonds and also all the jewels, the time that we can all commit and say, okay, now we're here. Now it's time to go. It's no longer we're excited because of that event. Now let's set some goals together. Let's recap everything and let's move forward.
Great. Thank you, everybody. Okay, good. Just want to make sure people weren't like, no, that's a horrible idea. We want to know that before we do it.
Well, and you got to remember too, you'll have some people watching the replay that could have questions. So when we keep this ongoing, we're helping close those gaps.
Yeah, and we know that every gold will have questions. Every gold personality will have questions. Every gold and every green will have questions right away. So we want to give them a forum to get those answered. So, okay.
All right, I want to make sure we get through all of this. So
All right,
let's get into, no, you're fine. We have 20 minutes left. Fast start. So Jesse, do you mind if I turn some time over to you just to chat about high level fast start, any things that you feel that they should know about Fast Start, any, as Alec alluded to?
Yes. So, I mean, in general, Genevieve kind of talked about this with the duplicatable system where we have slim down, convention contest. You notice we don't have a ton of incentives that are planning to launch in the new year because we have all these great pieces that we don't want to have anybody lose focus on how this all works together. So, of course, the next announcement being the Fast Start and Fresh Start program. So Fast Start being for those who are new, they get the opportunity to basically double their bonuses as they rank up faster. Instead of course, the 30 days, it's now going to be a 90-day platform. But the qualifier to get everyone started, of course, is that $199 kit. I just came from a meeting where we also had talked about increasing those $199 kit options. So it's easier, there's more options for people. So that as you meet somebody, you're going to have a variety of options to help them get started with the $199. But the clause, and Genevieve, do you want to talk about the clause a little bit? Because that's what Alec was alluding to with both of these.
Yeah. So, so the Fast Start now has a catch-up clause. And the catch-up clause is that if somebody comes in with a $99 pack because they didn't think that they were really interested in the opportunity, or they just legitimately couldn't afford the $99 pack, as long as they have another $100 of TV by the end of their 30 days, they can play in Fast Start. Okay, they can play in Fast Start. So it, you know, that qualifies them to be in. They don't have to miss out, and then they can play as a participant. So that will be.
We have somebody that's off of mute.
So we don't want anybody coming in and feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm out because I made the wrong choice for my, you know, for my welcome pack. That isn't our intention at all. So that'll be in there. It'll be a little more difficult for them because obviously they're going to have to scoop up some orders, or they're going to have to order some more, but it can be done, and we're excited about that. Okay.
Yeah, and the reality is, of course, I wouldn't necessarily train a lot to the clause, only because it can be confusing for someone keeping track of when is my 30 days, did I get the, I would focus, of course, your teams on the $199 because that is going to be the easiest way to get started. It's also going to give them a variety of products, not only to try, but to Genevieve's point, they can share those products as well to get started. But the point is we wanted to create a Fast Start program that was not only could help people get money right away, but would also start to teach them the steps of building a successful business. And the first part of that is starting with that $199 kit. So the caveat to that, of course, is our Fresh Start incentive as well that's also going in tandem. And that is for those who've been with the company, and they can start and basically participate and do the activity that it would take to become a silver again, and a senior silver and a gold. By doing that activity, they'll get those bonuses again. Of course, starting the same way with that $199 pack, we're making up that difference.
Yeah,
Any other thoughts on that?
well, and somebody asked the question, does it apply for their team? It does apply for their team, but where it gets tricky is, so when the way that I think of this is, I've enrolled, I now have a 30-day bubble, right? I've got this 30-day bubble. Everything for Fast Start has to happen within my 30-day bubble. So if I enroll Danielle with a $99 kit, Danielle will only count toward my, one of my three people. If she enrolls with that $190, either with a $199 kit, or she does the $99 and also does the other $100 in my 30-day bubble. Does that make sense? Just want to make sure, like, because if they're enrolling people with $99 kits, they've got to get that extra PV in during their 30 days.
So that's
It complicates it a little, But I want to be clear, it's all about 30-day bubbles. I live in a bubble, everyone else should live in a bubble.
We all live in a bubble.
So don't sell a $99 pack on your 29th day,
Yeah.
right? It's
Right, that's not a good strategy. The other thing too that I want to make sure comes out of the Me+3 training, and we are training Me+3 and Fast Start together because they are related. They are absolutely related. And there's a couple of things I want to make sure becomes kind of the stickiness of this, this training. One is Me+3 with Fast Start is designed to do what we're calling step number 1. Get your enrollment fees back. So let's say you paid about $250 to start Plexus. When you complete Me+3 inside of the Fast Start program, it's designed to put your money back in your pocket. This should eliminate barriers for people. It's like, listen, I know you feel like this might be a large investment for you, but if you are absolutely committed to letting me teach you this process, there's a very good chance that within 14 days or a minimum 30 days, we're going to get your money back and then some. Because Me+3 with Fast Start pays a minimum of $322. If they do it within the 14-day window, it's $422 in their pocket in their first 30 days. So that's Me+3, step 1, get your money back. That's part of our sharing system. Hey, I don't let my friends pay retail. I don't let my friends pay for things. Let me show you how to get your money back, right? Me+3. Them+3, which is where I teach my 3 people how to get their packs paid for, is designed to pay for people's subscriptions on an ongoing basis. So there's a lot of logic here. Me+3 gets their money back for their initial startup costs. Them+3 is designed to pay for their subscription in an ongoing monthly basis. And then the remaining 30 days is designed to put $300 to $500 in their pocket on an ongoing basis through points. So I just want to make sure everybody gets that part, why those steps are so significant.
And I did see in the chat a couple of questions regarding FAQs or some sort of handout. Will we have FAQs ready for Fast Start, Fresh Start?
Yeah, we will. Yep. So we'll have those available. That my team is putting those together. I think they're actually already done, so that you guys can see some of those. This sounds more complicated than it really is. The whole concept is really easy. And what Genevieve mentioned, even when she talks about it, it sounds really easy. It is. It is really easy. I promise that all we're doing is helping people get to silver and to senior silver and to gold.
Through a process.
Exactly.
Through a process. Yeah.
And if we could get those FAQs out to all the trainers before Saturday, that'd be.
Yeah. Any questions that you have about any of this, please get to me through Danielle. We want to make sure everybody feels like they've mastered this. And we will also include this information in our follow-up cascading calls to make sure that everybody really understands the 3 components of the process.
I think we're all in the Facebook group as well. I know I've been in that group when you guys have talked about some. I forgot I was on that group, but we're all in that group. So let us know if you have any questions.
I don't look at it.
And I think, so what I really wanted to do is just have them share the first hour so you can see how all of that will kind of set the pace for what you guys are then going to come and follow up with afterwards. So I don't want to take up any more time if you guys have any last minute things. I do want to show videos.
Videos.
And we have about 10 minutes left. So why don't we just dive right into videos and then we'll follow up with any last minute questions. And I did see some confusion on the 99, so we might want to clarify some of the 99 welcome back.
Right.
All right, let me resume my share. Oh, fun.
You want to frame it up? This is one of the two opportunity slides.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so you guys should all be able to see my screen now. I'm going to make this full screen, but this is one of the two. So this is the first opportunity option that we're giving you. And one thing that I want to hit on too is that you'll see within the sharing system, we have this opportunity, we have product videos, we have the empowerment, but those are just a sampling. So all of the existing product videos can be used as product videos. All of your journey video, any existing video can be used in this, but for the sake of Super Saturday and these new ones, I just want to show you the new ones that are going on. But there will be two opportunities. We have one right now to show you. The other is currently going through legal review. I don't have it. It's on my computer. All right, let me turn up sound.
We saw vision. We knew that in order for us to be together and live life on our terms, that we needed something more. Started noticing I wasn't sleeping as well and I couldn't go as strong all day. I would have my crashes. Like I didn't know what a crash was hardly before that. I did always very much long for our family to be together more and for us to be able to travel. I was like, I gotta do something to fix this. I don't want this to be forever, right? My second son, he had a really severe reaction to his 2-month vaccination. It shook my world, so I just started searching. It wasn't until a meeting with a financial advisor. She said, there's no margin. You're the first client, and I don't know how to fix this for you. I started seeing health issues that just dominoed in the wrong direction drastically. It's hard to be happy when you don't have the energy to smile. We had heard about Plexus, and after 2.5 years, I couldn't believe it, honestly. I knew that I was not just healthy. I was strong. I was better. The opportunity to be able to do the business at your pace is incredible. I love what I do. My business is to help other women exactly like I was in my situation. I never thought that it would have that big of an impact as it has. I'm never going to stop telling people about this because I want them to have the same options. This is a perfect product and tool for us to be able to change the world. For me, it feels like we're in the prime of life and we have such a bright future. Now that I'm healthy, I want to thrive. I want to do things. I want to travel. I want to be present and just enjoy everything that's out there. And I'm loving it. I'm excited about the blessing of life. I'm excited about our future.
I know you get
I know,
every time.
I'm crying. I'm just crying.
All right, video number 1. Let's go to number 2.
Brenda, you were good in there, Brenda.
And the most amazing thing about that video is that not only does somebody get an opportunity piece, it absolutely tees up the conversation about product. So it does double duty. It's beautifully well done.
It's really well done. And can we hats off to Jarrett,
Yes.
because Jarrett, big lift in that video. So
Yes.
send him lots of kudos.
Yes, please let him know. that you love it, because he didn't have to help, and he did. So we are super thankful.
All right, so next is the empowerment video. This is just who we are. This is Plexus. So let's play this one.
I believe in the power of the human spirit. I believe in leaving the world better than I found it. I believe in love. In love. I believe in being present and living in the moment. I believe in kindness. In laughter. I believe in dreaming big. In dreaming big. In dancing.
In really good food.
I believe in caring for myself and for others. I mean, there's lots of stuff I want. I want security. Strength. I want to be a part of something. I want a bigger paycheck. I just want a nap.
I want to set an example for my students.
I want to be with him for as long as possible. I want to see the world. I want to take control of my health. I want my kids to be happy.
I want to show up for my life.
I've learned not to take time for granted, because life can be hard. I've learned that baby weight weighs more than a baby. They won't be little forever. Everyone has a story. I've learned that I'm in charge of my own path. I've learned that shortcuts usually don't work out.
I'm ready to make a change.
I'm ready to get healthier. I'm ready to not worry so much about my finances. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to sweat, grow, to achieve something.
To surprise myself.
I'm ready to give back. I'm ready to go out there and get what I want. I'm ready to take control of my destiny. I'm a teacher.
I'm a coach.
I'm a mom, doctor, therapist. I'm a singer. I'm that crazy health lady.
I'm an accountant.
An optimist. I am a warrior. I'm a soldier. I am a fighter. I am a believer. I don't know. I'm just me. I am Plexus.
Plexus.
I'm Plexus. I'm Plexus. We're Plexus. We are Plexus. Are you?
All right, video number 2.
And that video is designed to be a very, very high level, like, you know, nobody has really any reality about Plexus. They're not really sure. It could also be a video that gets posted on social media to see what the bites happen to be. So again, what we want to think about is that different people will have different needs, and they will have different emotional thresholds. And so the videos do look and feel different on purpose, because you've got to have tools in your tool belt. If you've sent one video and it's not doing the trick, you can't keep sending that same video, right? You've got other things to send to people. You might look at someone and go, you know what, that video is too emotional for this person, or this video isn't emotional enough for that person. It's about tools in your tool belt. So they're deliberately different, and I just want to make sure you know that.
Yeah, and back to options. The goal is to give you guys options so you have a video that's going to be right for whoever you're going to be sending this to. So with the opportunity video, you guys will get another one. I think we're going to get kicked out of this room in a second.
Oh, yeah.
So the rest of the videos I'm going to send to you guys and send you a link to where they are. You saw me kind of click on Marianne's video and invention video. Those are ready too. But just stay tuned, because as soon as we have that product video and the final additional opportunity video, I will upload those and let you guys know where those are so you can watch those. But thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, thank you for everything.
We adore you guys, and we couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Magical team here.
Thank you.
But thank you guys, and I'm here if you have any questions afterwards. I'm hoping all your binders are coming in. I saw those notes, but we love you, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
That's great.
Julia Carty, tough day. Get back to Alabama. Julia Carty. Saw you on there.
All right, we're signing off.